existed. So that's where my engineering degree, I can finally tell my dad that I was using it in this career. But that's where I learned, about the different technologies and figured out what would be best for laser hair removal. And that's what we started training our folks on it, basically. So what I wanted to do is demystify laser hair removal. One of the things that we're realizing is either people have done it and they were just kind of scared and did it anyways, or they don't do it and they're worried about it. And folks with darker skin tones are definitely more concerned because they've heard more horror stories about getting burned or hyperpigmentation are the two things that people worry about. So very quickly, I'll just go over how laser hair removal works. I'll talk about the technologies that we use in our salon. I'll talk about what things, I'll talk about my own body parts and what I've done, about how many sessions you need, and then really I'm going to open it up for questions because I don't want to just sit here talking about things that may not be what you guys are interested in. I would love to know what brought you guys out on a rainy day other than our cupcakes. And mango, what are they called? Shobinis, whatever. So I would love to be able to open it up and spend the majority of the time answering your guys' questions, okay? So there are different technologies of laser technologies out there. So the biggest thing that you guys need to know, the different lasers, there's for laser facials, you can do the cool sculpting for fat reduction. All these lasers are attracted to three different things. They can be attracted to the water in your body, the blood in your body, like blood vessels, or they can be attracted to color, okay, melanin. So the type of laser that's used for laser hair removal, and that's the gold standard, is the kind that is attracted to the color, okay? And so we actually have two different types of lasers. We have a YAG laser, which is a higher wavelength, and we have an Alexandrite laser. And the reason we need two different lasers is that if the laser hair removal, the way it works is it's attracted to the color. If you have a lot of melanin in your skin, you have to worry about burning because it's not going to differentiate between the color in your hair and the color in your skin. It can't differentiate, it just sees color. So when you use a laser like Alexandrite, it's not a very big wavelength. It's not worried about whatever the color, to make it really easy, whatever color it sees, it's going to attack that first. So for really fair-skinned people, and we break it out in the aesthetics world as skin types 1, 2, and 3, fair, you're usually European descent, whatever it may be, and then we use an Alexandrite laser. The YAG laser, you may be still fair-skinned, but we'll still use a YAG laser for skin types 4 through 6. So almost, I would say, just looking around the room, the majority here would need the YAG laser. And so, someone who's Asian, who's fair, would still need the YAG laser. Because even if you're fair, your skin might act as it would get really dark. So you've got to be very careful with that. You can't just look at somebody and know that. And so that's why we actually take a pretty intensive intake form, and we also ask you your ethnicity. Because a lot of times looking at someone, you can't tell the ethnicity. You'll see, like my cousin, you'll see she's super fair, and if you saw her, she didn't even look like she was Indian, and you might treat her as someone who's Caucasian, but she has blood like mine and genetics like mine, and her skin's gonna respond to the laser like mine would, and so she might burn, okay? So the other things that we ask you in the intake form are medicines that you're taking or different conditions. The reason is because for medicines, the biggest thing that we're looking for are two different things. One, we're looking for to see if there's any medicine that's going to make you photosensitive. Because it's the same thing as whether you have a suntan or not. Sun is the enemy for laser hair removal. Because if you have a tan, or you have spray tan on, or you're taking medicine that makes you photosensitive, you are going to get potentially burned. Okay? So that's the biggest thing that we're looking at. That's why they call laser season, like late fall into winter, into early spring. The reason is because we're usually out of the sun. And so we don't have to worry about that as much for body parts like our faces and our arms, which are just more exposed, right, during the summer, and then you're getting sun exposure. So those are the things that you'll see in the intake form. On the Alexandrite laser, it's going to take around 6 sessions, give or take, plus or minus 2. On the YAG laser, it could be anywhere from 8 to 12 sessions. So the YAG laser is the laser for darker skin types again, and remember, we're going to go slow and steady.